Hey, what's up, y'all? So I just got back from LaCrosse, Wisconsin, where I fished the mighty Mississippi River for stop number 8 of the Hobie BOS series. Man, what a fishery. If you haven't taken a trip up there to the LaCrosse, Wisconsin area, you really need to. That place is absolutely gorgeous. The fishing is crazy good. All kinds of species too. Walleye, northern pike, drum, catfish, largemouth, smallmouth.
Look here. Smallmouth.
I mean, the list goes on and on.
Check it out. Smallmouth, my first smallmouth for the week.
So I had a great week up there. I caught a ton of bass pretty much everywhere and anywhere that I went. The trick to winning a tournament up there is finding those better than average size fish. And it can be a little challenging sometimes because there is so much water up there.
Decent first fish of the day. It's almost 18, 17. I'll take it.
I was fortunate to find a pretty good area on my second day of practice. What made it even better was that I didn't even have to make a cast. The weather just happened to be just right that particular day, and the water conditions were perfect. I was just cruising up and down a grass line, and that made a hard edge up next to some sand. I had pretty good visibility where I could actually see the fish that I was looking for. And I came across a good school of fish of like 3 and 4 pounders that were just swimming around down there. So in my mind, that was definitely game on. That's where I was going to focus my efforts during the tournament. And that's how it all happened. Day one rolled around. We were met with crazy winds, and they were blowing the exact opposite direction of the current.
Yes. Yes. Fish number 2, baby. 17 and a half. Let's go. Like it. How you like that, baby? 18 and a quarter. It's a 3 pounder right there. 3 and a half. Sure. Yeah, my first call, 16.75. Gets rid of a 12 incher. Still need to get bigger. We need 17 feet.
The current had my boat spinning in different directions because, you know, that's what current does. But when it's met with wind blowing in the opposite direction, the direction that water goes when that happens is up. So yeah, it was an interesting day for that matter, with the boat control being an issue, and you know, it was basically like making casts back over my shoulder just because of the way my boat position was. So it was definitely hard to fish. It's made for some very interesting hook sets as well. I was able to catch a good solid limit, really. At the end of the day, I was sitting in 3rd place, so I was pretty happy with that.
Look at that tank, baby. 18. What kind of fish? Yeah. Just getting started here on day 2. Actually do have one on the board already. We got to turn the camera on. Got one little 15-inch smallmouth. We'll see. We're just gonna fish. Just gonna go fishing.
A little nervous going into day 2 because I didn't know, if those fish were still going to be there or not, or if there was more in the area. But I was still optimistic, again, because, well, one, the weather was going to be different. The wind was going to lay down and
Giant.
actually
It's number 2.
blow in a different direction.
Looks like it's barely hooked. Whew. 16-incher. Sorry I didn't hold it up, but I think this might win. It's going to last very long, so we need to hurry.
So when day 2 started off, that's exactly where the place that I went back to. And started out pretty good, really. My second cast, actually, I landed a 14-inch smallmouth. Then I caught 2 more small ones there pretty quick, but then that was pretty much it. I mean, the quality of fish, I was still catching some fish, but the quality was just, it wasn't there.
These ain't gonna cut it at all. These are just babies.
Gave it about an hour and a half maybe, and pretty much came to the conclusion that they had left, or at least the bigger ones had left.
14, a little bit of an upgrade.
So I went scrambling. I had a couple other places fairly close, within a mile or so, and so I went downstream to one of my other spots that I had, a little pinch point that I found some schooling fish there earlier in the week, and there were some more fish there, and I ended up at least catching my limit there pretty quick. But again, the quality just wasn't going to be what I needed there. I knew I needed 17, 18 inch or better even fish to have a really good finish or to win.
Don't laugh. I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but I need some shade to get rid of some shadows for my picture. So I would have tried to create some shade. If it'll blow away. Just call me Mary Poppins. Perfect picture, not any glare or anything. Yeehaw.
And they weren't there. So I took off again, basically just fishing some new water, and I ended up going, gosh, probably 3 miles or so upstream and fished some sand drops and things like that. And yeah, my legs were pretty much toast by the time I got there, but
Better.
lo and behold, I did land on a school of fish that has a little bit of quality in it, at least better than what I had.
That works. 15 1/4.
And I started catching fish right away. Again, once I got there, and one of those was a nice 17-incher. In fact, that was like one of my first or second fish that I caught out of that school. So my hopes were high, and I ended up basically catching 3 or 4 at a time.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for right there, baby.
And then I'd have to let it settle down, and I'd make a circle and then come back and catch 2 or 3 more. So this was an interesting moment, to say the least. That fish somehow kicked my identifier out of the boat, and as you see, my power pole was down and I couldn't exactly chase down this thing. Between the wind and the current, it was floating away, so I had to scramble a little bit to finally get my identifier back. But yeah, that was a little chaotic there for a second.
Man, that was a cluster.
Eventually, I slowly upgraded a little bit, and then in the last 5 minutes, I upgraded 2 more times, which gave me a close to 80 inches, or no, actually it was 81 inches for the second day. And it was good enough for a 6th place finish out of about 90 anglers, I believe. So, you know, overall, I was really happy. I was really pleased with how things went.
I think that was gonna help. I think it'd be better than 15 now. No. Check that out. Little one schooling right there. Cool. Ooh, that was a better fish. Got him. Got him too. Still not the one I was looking for, but that was kind of cool. Chunky fat. Forget about it. Jeez. I hope that was on camera. That was a vicious strike from such a little fish. Good Lord. Oh man, they're going crazy. I gotta get that back out there. No help. Maybe more 15 1/4. One thing's for sure, we're at least gonna have some fun right here. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Hopefully, got enough Angler of the Year points that maybe I've hopefully again solidified my spot in the Tournament of Champions, which that's everyone's goal. That's the end of the year championship that only a few get invited to, and we're fishing for some serious money there. So that's the goal. Hopefully I've made it, but we will see here shortly. Hopefully in the next week or so, the updated standings will be out towards the end of September on Lake Sam Rayburn. So there's a chance if I need to go fish that event, I will definitely be out there.
Oh my goodness. The hook just fell out too.
All right, in 6th, had 86 3/4 on day 1 and a 3-way tie for 3rd. Put up 81 3/4 today for 168.5, taking home $1,000. Mike Elsey.
perch. Holy crap. That is a sandwich right there. Look at that thing. How beautiful is that? Wow.